Hey guys, it's Chris here, also known as Manifest from Smart Music Business, and I want to share the 5 mistakes artists make when writing songs. And when I'm hearing songs from other artists, I can see these mistakes. So you want to avoid these like the plague, okay? And so the first one is there's no catchy chorus or hook. All right, there's nothing catchy. There's nothing bringing me in, and typically this is the title of the song, right? I just about to release a song called "Return of the Greatest," and in the hook, big hook, "Return of the Greatest." Oh, da 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 da. Oh, like there's a hook, and I'm chanting out like it's the hook. It's catchy. It's got a melody to it, which I'm gonna talk about in another mistake here. But you've got to have that hook. I've got to feel it's got to hook me in. I want to sing that. It's that catchy phrase. Like sometimes I'll look for what are phrases? What are common phrases? Like when I'm watching movies, when I'm listening to songs or even lyrics of songs, and I hear something, I'm like, that's a chorus. Like that should be chanted. That's an anthem, right? Like that's something that people want to say. It's repeatable. Okay, so it's number one. You gotta have a chorus, something catchy. Bring me in, hook me in, right? These are where the radio hits come from. These are the smashes. These are the anthems at sports. These are what's going to be synced in TV and film. What is that hook? What is that chorus? And so when you're trying to come up with that, you probably, before you even start writing, like, what is the song title, man? What's this song about? Okay. Number two, when I'm listening to a song from an artist and it's not good, right? It's normally because I can't tell where the song has barely started except for when they press play. Where the verse started, sure, I can kind of figure that out. But then it goes into the chorus, it goes back into a verse, it goes back into a chorus, and I can't even distinguish when that happened because there is no distinct moments of when the verse comes in, maybe a different melody, different music, to when the chorus comes in. Again, there's some type of moment where it escalates into the chorus, a different melody, saying something different, and then you can feel the change going from the chorus back into the verse, like the transitions, right? Like the whole song is just one transition, right? The only transitions are hitting play and hitting stop. Other than that, it's like just this one long moment, and there's no dips, there's no ups, there's no downs. Like, you want to take people on a journey, man. There's got to be a roller coaster, and a roller coaster of melody, taking them up, taking them down. Me and my wife were listening to Florida Georgia Line, and I don't write country, okay? But man, are they the masters at melodies and taking you on this ride and feeling emotion. But man, for some of you, it was even this rock song I remember someone was playing, and it was a female vocalist, and I'm not making fun of it or whatever, but just the idea is just like, yeah, sure, the lyrics were cool and everything's cool, but it's just like this one long moment, and there's no feeling, there's no whatever. You know, you didn't bring me up and punch me into the chorus. You didn't take me on a ride when we went into that second verse, right? The third one, and my mentor, and I got beat up by this one so much when I first started songwriting, and it's okay. So don't feel bad, but I can't understand what you're saying in the song. The lyrics are too cryptic. When my producer says to me, so what's the song about again? What's the song about? If I have to ask you what the song is about, that means it is not clear. The lyrics are not clear. You've gone way too metaphoric, cryptic, saying all these weird things, and I don't know what the song is about. And I understand when writing for even TV and film, you got to keep it open, right? Like you got to keep it open, but you still know the song is about someone losing a relationship or people coming back together. Like, I know the song is about us coming back together, or a couple coming back together, friends coming back together, whether it's, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, husband or wife, whatever, friends, you know what I mean? That's fine. That I can leave that for interpretation, but at least I know the song is about coming together. Like, I think about the Beatles, come together right now, you know what it's about, right? But when you're writing this song, and I'm like trying to figure out like what's the real message here, like what's the point behind this, right? So you want to be clear, when you're telling a story, is it really clear? And don't be afraid to go back and edit it and rewrite it. Like, I can't tell you how many times we rewrite stuff. I just got sent a song from my buddy, and we were working on it. And I said to him, I think the second verse could be stronger. And he's like, yeah, it's definitely not the strongest part of the song. And so I had to eat my ego, and I rewrote the song. And you know what? Like, it was funny. It took me a while, like, because we loved verse 1. But verse 2, it just didn't have that dynamic. It didn't have that energy. It didn't have that clarity. And so I rewrote it, and we got an amazing verse out of it. I pushed. I went back into the studio. Like I love this stuff. I want, like, that art, that song. It's like, when it's stamped and it's out there. It's like, once it's out there, I can't even think of a song that I've rewritten once it's out there. Sure, we did a remix, we did an acoustic version, we did a live version, but I can't think of a song that's, once it's out there, it's out there. Sure, maybe sometimes we've done a new mix, but even that is very rare. So it's like, let's get it right now. Let's get it right before it goes out into the world and they judge us, because the world is pretty rough judge, right? Okay, the fourth thing here, the mix. Okay, the mix. And this is not the mastering, this is the mixing. And we live in a time where there's just so many plugins, so many different things that you can put on your drums, put on your vocals, so that things sound money. And, you know, when you pay someone, whether it's $300, $500 to get a good mix done, it is so worth it. All right, I want to feel like the vocals are in the right pocket. I want to feel like the music, like it's got to sound like a record. Like they've dialed it in so much with these different plugins, whether it's you're using Logic or Pro Tools or whatever you use, or hire somebody who knows how to use them to get a pretty solid mix. All right, like there's no room for mediocrity here. And when you find that mix engineer that can take it that last 20%, pay the money. Pay the money. Like, if you got to pay $1,000 to get that extra for that song, do it. All right. Now this is the mix, not the master. Like that's where you put the money is in the mixing, so that record just pops. You feel that, right? Like the producer produced it, right? And normally a lot of times the producer can also mix. I find they tend to go hand in hand. A good producer is generally a good mix engineer. I try to get those bundled together. But like, I shouldn't be like, ooh, the guitar, or, you know, things just out of place, or things like pinching your ears. Like in a lot of amateur mix engineers, I'd find like the vocals would be a little too tinny. They'd hurt my ears, or certain parts wouldn't be dialed in. It wasn't auto-tuned right. They just maybe even just put a plug-in on the vocals for auto-tune, so they're just going all over the place, and it's not tuned, it's not sounding right. So spend the money to get that dialed in, so someone will spend the time to polish it, right? Like, think of a kid who's coloring in a picture, and then they haven't colored in they're going outside of the lines and stuff like that, and there's, you know, red going over here and blue going over there. That's like with the mix. Like, the mix engineer is supposed to bring all those levels and hone everything in, so it just looks like a beautiful clear picture, and you don't have the blue going out here and whatever going here, right? Like, it should sound like a record, so that when mastering brings all the levels and they're hotter, that it still sounds good. Because all mastering is going to do on a bad mix is going to bring out the bad parts even more, and you don't want that. So these are things you want to avoid. I have a book on how to write a hit song and how to release it. It's on Amazon. It's on Audible. Pick it up on how to write and release a song. It'll give you some ideas. I'm still growing. I'm still learning all the time, and not afraid to want to learn and grow. And if you want my help personally to grow your music career, join our next challenge, our Get Fans 5-day challenge, to show you how to get these songs heard, get them promoted, get them marketed, get them making you money, so you can do more of what you love, which is writing songs. So go to 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge, and you can join that 5-day Get More Fans challenge. It's going to be freaking awesome. Look forward to seeing you there, and just keep writing, keep creating. This is Chris, also known as Manifest, from smartmusicbusiness.com, reminding you that a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits.